What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Daily Battle Podcast. Today we are speaking with Elvice Aguida, competing bodybuilder, trainer, and body health specialist. We're talking on his personal journey with migration and fitness, the importance of finding your why, gratitude and passion for improvement, and the intersection of mobility and strength. Enjoy the show.
It's the Daily Battle Podcast.
Let's get it.
What is going on, guys? Today we are here with a special guest, my friend Elvice Aguida.
Wow, it's such an honor, bro.
How you doing?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, excellent to have you on.
I'm so pleased to be here. Like, this is amazing. So
Yeah, cool spot. Yeah, we're very, very grateful to have you. So Elvice and myself became acquainted in a gym setting. And we quickly became great friends because you are a ray of positive energy and also a wealth of knowledge. And I'm grateful to have you on and pick your brain a little bit. But I think first and foremost, because I don't even think we've done this, I'd love to give us the Elvice origin story, man. Tell us about your journey.
Well, thank you for having me here, and thank you for this opportunity to help many more people to get the message, but get it the most easier way so we can all help each other in this world that we live in today. My name is Elvice Aguida, and born and raised in Western of Africa. But at one point, around 22, 23, I decided to live a different culture, something that is more powerful than just a non-developed, really poor country experience. So I've been around places, I've been around the world, and I choose Canada to be finally as a home. And I've been living here for almost 11 years now. It hasn't been the most easiest journey, but it's been one of the most amazing decision that I will never regret in my whole life, because my life completely changed here, and I love what I do. I love people I talk to now today, and I'm having a blast, man. Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. Yeah, having a blast. It's excellent to hear, because I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah. I believe most people regret that thing when they get older, right? How can you live your journey doing things that you love? If I say having a blast, today, I'm a fitness coach. I'm a corporate wellness coach. I go to places to help office workers to take care of their body, take care of their posture, their productivity. And if I was in Africa or in Benin, my country, we don't know that culture. We don't know what is fitness. Don't take me wrong. Maybe today you can still make some cement dumbbell at home. Back 2023, I went back home myself twice. Oh my God, I was devastated. What we have here is a luxury. In Benin, back 2023, the whole country, over 13 million of people have access to one or two fitness facility. And it's nothing compared to even a good life. So what I have here is a luxury, and being able to be one of them that will help other people to understand the message and had a clear goal in well-being, wellness, or confidence, or posture, whatever it could be, is very powerful. So yeah, I'm enjoying it so far.
Wow, incredible. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. So when you were 22 or 23, you came to Canada?
No, 22, 23, I went first the easiest way for me to leave my country, Canada is not a given, especially for a Western of African country, or poor country, I would just say poor country, I'm really comfortable to say. For you to leave a country and go to Canada or US, or even think of Australia or any other rich country, wow, you have to be you have to come from a very wealthy family, which it wasn't my case. So my easiest way to get out of the country quicker was, I got an opportunity for Brazil, and I say, I don't speak the language, but how hard it can be if I already speak French. And I spent almost 2 years there, and was incredible. But I wanted more, because getting comfortable quickly in a country that was so similar, as poor as mine, and had 10,000 more population, because there are almost 200 million population in Brazil. I realized it is what I want, but I could do better. So I came in Canada in December 2014, and since then I fell in love with the cold, and here I am.
Amazing. You fell in love with the cold?
If I say I fall in love with the cold, it's more deeper than that. As an athlete or as a coach, I don't judge the day by the weather. So for me, no matter what is happening out there, if you want to be better, you need to get up. So I won't say I love the cold necessarily, but it doesn't really matter. It's just a weather. So if you really want it bad enough, you have to find a way to get up off your bed because nobody's gonna bring it to you in bed. So
Yeah, got to get to the gym even when it's minus 20.
100%.
It sounds like that's kind of your whole story though, because like even though it was a challenge to get here, you would have regretted not doing it, right? And that's what you were afraid of.
Honestly, at one point in my life, I love you said two words, afraid of and challenge. At one point, I realized if you don't get up and you don't really take the challenge, there is nothing to be afraid of first.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, because we all gonna die one day. I'm born, I'm living now, I'm gonna die one day. So what is to be afraid of? So be able to cultivate that mental capability to keep pushing myself through challenges was the best thing that happened, because coming to Canada 2024, I was already in my almost late 20s. So I'm a man. I need to figure it out and this is a brand new country, which is way more harder than Brazil or any other European country. Now, all my diploma from Brazil or back home wasn't accepted. So I need to start over. You have to think twice. Do I want to spend 10 years chasing a dream that I might never get? Am I afraid of taking that steps? Or I can just go back to my country and say, I try and I fail. So challenge and afraid of those two stuff really just lift me up every time.
Yeah,
I will
you
never
use it as
meet you today.
motivation, right?
Yeah. Because if you need to find that wow, I already love you, man. You already put another third word, motivation. You need to find something in between yourself. It's not like you can listen to 1 million podcasts. If you don't find the motivation yourself, you will never listen. You will never take action. So I just keep pushing myself. I finished the university here. Finally, 2026, 2027, I got an opportunity to be working for CBC Radio Canada here in Toronto. And it was so scary because when I came, I was in Montreal. I didn't like it. I went to Sudbury to finish my university. Sudbury had 3 campuses, Kapuskasing, Saint-Timmins, and Hearst. I went to way far, 10 hours, 12 hours from Toronto to learn. And coming back to a so big city like Toronto was scary. And once again, afraid of that word just blew my mind because I realized how much opportunity we have in this city, just Toronto. I will never meet Connor if I wasn't living in Toronto. And coming even just to work for the government wasn't enough at one point. But another thing, that was the best thing that happened to me because they pay my full gym membership. So being lonely, being depressed, being sad, being this and that, I don't know any of those stuff. I need to go work out. And that changed my whole career. So
Wow. So, okay, on that, because this was actually where I wanted to go in hearing your story. At what point did you discover fitness?
Already 2015, 2016, I know how to do push-up even before leaving my country because I used to see those people on TV, on magazine, and I was always inspired by that. But Brazil, I didn't get an opportunity. In Canada, from 2014 all the way to 2016, even university, yes, I will do push-up at home or some dips here and there. But saying yes for the opportunity in 2017, November 2017, to work for CBC was a game changer because they pay a full membership already. It's there, it's free. What are you going to do? Are you going to finish work and go home and just sit and watch Netflix? No, you have to do something about it.
So you get work with CBC that allows you access to a gym membership for free.
For free. 1 year pay free.
And that's where like it really...
Oh my God. That free membership saved my life. Why? Because if I finish work already around 4 p.m. and I get home, if I'm lonely, I need to go do something. 1 hour Stairmaster. Let's get it done and use the sauna and get out. That's all I need to do today. That's all I want to do today. I will finish work at 4. Day after that, if I have to go to the gym, 2-3 hours, use 30 minutes sauna and get out, that's what I need to do. When I get to that system, that rhythm, that discipline was amazing.
So obviously, you took to incorporating fitness into your life quickly. At what point did you realize okay, there's something more here for me?
To be honest, having that 1 year membership from November 2017 till August 2018 was another story because pushing myself through is the winter, is the snow, whatever is happening, or I'm lonely, or don't take me wrong, I'm a human too. Maybe I will use the word depressed because I'm from overseas. I live here by myself. I live in Toronto. It can get really lonely quickly if you have no one to talk to, especially good people. Someone like that is not necessarily into drinking this and that. That's not my vibe. So fitness for me, when I was really pushing myself through that 1 year free membership, I realized quickly how much I missed out when I was younger or a kid or a teenager in my country because I didn't have access to that education. And August 2018, based on how many compliments I was just getting from the culture, the community, the Liberty Village community, because that was one of my first good life. Like, man, you look so young, like you look so nice. Oh my God, this and that. I told myself there is something more in this. And I find out about Canadian Physique Alliance, CPA, to compete as a natural bodybuilder. And I say, wow, okay, let's try this. And honestly, August 2018, my first show, never compete before, come first place men physique, that changed the whole game. That was the moment I say, if I just push myself, nobody never taught me this for, like I'm a self-taught about fitness, wellness, how to do this, how to learn, how to push yourself, and I can come first place. Man, let's go, man. Yeah.
Wow.
And everything's changed from that.
So going from getting your gym membership through work and personally taking to fitness to becoming, a first place winning physique bodybuilder, what was like the process there? What did that look like?
Wow. You are digging deep, bro. The process, I will go back to his word, challenge. So many, so many, because when you live in Toronto, everything is expensive. Yes, thank God my gym membership was free, so I don't need to worry about gym membership. It's 1 year. But when you push in yourself, you go work out 1 hour, 2 hours. So you go do 1 hour cardio. When you come back home, you need to eat. Toronto is expensive. Like challenges from basic, what I need to eat now to retain my muscle mass or to have energy for tomorrow morning. Or how can I not spend all my money into buying food and supplement and survive? The survival mode, like those challenges was, wow. I learned a lot from them and they make me who I am.
So it seems like, I mean, in certain industries that they call it like your why. Like you found your why, like why you're doing this. And it seems like even in your travels, you found your why. You know what I mean? You knew you wanted to find something and you found it, and now it's in fitness. So what's now that you're where you're at, you're still competing, you're coaching, what's sort of the North Star for you now? Why do you keep getting up day to day? Because once you win, it becomes easier, right?
Wow. When you say your why, you remind me ikigai, which is of a Japanese expression, your why of living, or why when I find my ikigai, it didn't even just happen automatically after I win the first show now, because the first show was back in August 2018. Now, I win the show. I didn't have any more work at CBC. I need to do something else. From September 2018, I find a deep passion at coaching people. No matter what is happening, if I start talking about well-being, fitness, or build muscle, live longer, mobility, like I will go all in and out. I won't do that now because we are on podcast, okay? But when if I'm helping people, how did they feel? How their energy change? They move, like how they feel at home. The partners start giving you compliments. Oh my God, my husband can do this now. Or my kid can do this now. He can. That was really when I realized if you don't do this and take it seriously, you will waste your life.
So you're doing it for other people because you get gratification out of their better lifestyle, better living, better mental state.
To be even honest with you, there is no money as being a PT, as a personal trainer. The real joy of the joy is the blessing you get when someone come back and say, oh, I couldn't pick up my kid before, but now I can do it.
Yeah, for sure.
The best, for example, I'll give you this quick example. One of my amazing friend, like, oh my God, she's a lawyer. She win a competition just by doing a wall climbing with her family. And that was every single person was shocked because she's a mom, she's a lawyer, she's busy, she's working 18, 16 hours a day. But she implement because of our friendship and the way I guide her slowly to understand quickly. She need to be strong enough to be able to do everything. And they do it for the family gathering last December, and she can be able to climb a wall like more than like those joy give you more purpose of this is just for me. I need, how can I do it better? How can I be the best? Because it's about providing to people the best experience. It's not necessarily about the money. Now, to answer your question, back September 2018, I started coaching people as just a PT. Along the way till 2020, when COVID came, I got already more education, more experience. But COVID also changed the whole game because when people are saying, oh my God, because of COVID, I lose or I'm obese. For me, because of COVID, I learned running. I used to hate running. I will do the Stairmaster crazily, but running, I hate it. But when COVID came, I live alone and I have my family is overseas. I'm by myself. How can I maintain my ability to be a human? Just wake up and not feel like, oh my God, I'm losing my mind.
Yeah, sure.
COVID changed that for me because every single day for those 2 years, almost 3 years, I started running 10 kilometers daily. No matter my knee is in pain or I feel sore on my hip, because, my God, those 10K daily open up my mind more about what is going to happen after COVID is over. People are sitting at home, stuck, lower back pain specialization, and that another thing that saved my life. After COVID, my life completely changed. Today, I'm a corporate wellness coach. I go to places like Amazon, TD, Scotia to help people that sit office worker to be at their best. September 2018, I was just a PT. 2026, 2025, 2026, I'm a corporate wellness coach. So the difference is 10S, 20S, but it's not even about the money. The joy that you get when you help somebody else to feel better.
Yeah, it seems like it's for you. It's far more about the reading the emotional level than the them being happy about that's more important to you.
I love that you're the service to others like that you're driving on. I would love to hear. So you discover fitness, you're competing, but you really find a love for helping other people through fitness. And that's led you to now servicing like large corporate companies and doing this at a much larger scale and affecting people on a much larger scale. How was that journey of scaling your business like that?
Once again, is it like a 20S or 10S at the same time? But starting that journey of how can I help people? How do we get paid? People will say by providing value. No. Value. You don't go to someone and say, I have value for you. Solving problem. What is the issue right now? After COVID, during my 10K run, what come in my mind is what is going to happen one day when everything's opened up? People have to go back to the office. The lower back is tight. The hip is tight. How can I get faster and better to understand what is going to happen here for the next 5 years? More education, more experience, pushing myself through those experiences. And as it happened exactly the way that I think about it.
So you educated yourself further and
100%, because without COVID, I was just a personal trainer and I was just working at the gym for many different gyms here and there. But through COVID, it become more education because I'm stuck at home as everybody else for 2 years. How can I make the most of those 2 years? Go for a run, come back, educate yourself, lower back pain specialization. And that's just being able to understand how the body moves better and add that to all the previous knowledge and experience that I have before even COVID, it changed the whole game. Without that, I'm still a stock PT getting $100 per hour.
Wow. So you had the discipline to say, okay, I know that, we're in a unique period right now. I have the time to do this. I'm going to educate myself but you're mentioning lower back
pain specialization. Yeah.
Okay. So you were like, I'm going to dive into that and learn about that.
To be honest, like I love his word because when he says challenge, what happened to everybody. It depends on how you take it. A lot of people are maybe broke in this city, but they all can become rich tomorrow morning if they get up and they say, oh, it happened to me once. How can I be better at that? When COVID happened, it happened to me too. Like, I'm a personal trainer. How can I make money if the things that I love to do the best, everything is closed? You don't want to come to the gym. But education is online. I can go for 10K and challenge myself and see how I move my core that day. When I came back home, did I did my foam rolling? Did I do my stretches? All that I learned for 2-3 hours sitting, even after the 10 kilometer, how can I implement them to my own body? Education, it changed the game. If you can really educate yourself, because being able to apply on myself and know if it can work for me, it might work for him. It might. It's not guaranteed because we have different DNA, different body composition, but it might. And honestly, if you think about it, it's going to work for minimum 75% of the population if it work for me. Wow.
So you keep coming back to this word of challenge, which I love. And it sounds like you you are not afraid of a challenge, clearly. Obviously it takes a certain amount of discipline to say, hey, I'm gonna run 10K, I'm gonna take care of myself, but I'm also gonna educate myself and hone my craft on how I can bring this knowledge to others. Where do you find your discipline and drive from? And I don't think most people have that same sort of fearlessness, I guess. Where does it come from?
We'll go back to him. Why? When you know your why and is meaningful and deeply enough, I believe nothing can stop you. Don't take me wrong. Going for 10K every single day for 2 years, it helped me to run. Yes, but it helped me to push my mind. When I get to 5K, for me is 25 minutes, 30 minutes. At the beginning, 30 minutes, 35 minutes. But just be able to push from 1 hour and 20 minutes first 10K to 45 minutes now. You have to take the challenge. You have to push. You have to be able to find that why you have to do. Because until you get your why, you are not living yet, in my whole opinion. And that is my personal opinion. Because we all human, right? And we are 7 billion on this population. Like, what make me different and how can I push myself? Why that important for you? One of the reasons I can share with you, I don't mind, for me is my mother. How can I push myself and make that lady proud? How can I make sure she will remember on her living, or even one day when she's not here, oh, my son, he at least try. And even though I will fail many times, because when you say challenges, some days when I was at my very, very beginning of my career, just as a PT or as a natural bodybuilder, I will go to the gym, come home, and there is nothing in my fridge to eat. And I have to decide if I want to go buy something for $5 and keep that $5 for the next coffee tomorrow morning so I can push myself more. Do you think when COVID came and we are getting 2,000 or whatever people get, do you think that can make someone survive in this city? That your rent is already 2,000? No. But when you have nobody, what you do? Remember why you start in the first place.
People who are out there and they're looking for their why, what kind of advice do you have for them?
I won't say necessarily as an advice. I will say my personal opinion will be, it's always nice to step back if you're trying something that is not working, or even if it's working but not at the level that you want it yet. How can you differentiate yourself from other people? So maybe it's nice for people to take some step back and realize what is the main reason of me living. I will just give you this basic example to maybe help to clarify. If you get to the gym now and you say, I want to have people don't say, I want to have better energy tomorrow morning. They want bigger biceps tomorrow morning. But until your energy level can start changing, you are not going to get that big biceps, period. And that energy level could be you wake up earlier, do a quick 5-minute stretches before you leave your house, or instead of getting the first coffee, get some water, do a meditation, 5 minutes, whatever make you connect with your own self and say, oh, this makes sense. I could do this better than everybody else. So.
I love that. So on that note, I love that you bring up stretching, because mobility is key, and we've had our conversations on the fitness side. But I'd love to hear sort of your approach to fitness and the body. You've given me some amazing tips that have stuck with me, and I'll mention those later. But I'd love to hear like your initial approach when you're working with someone.
I love that mainly because when people come to the gym or they think of, I want to be in shape, they think of 1 million things, or they will picture someone that they want to look like tomorrow morning. And fitness, we are now in 2026, is supposed to be super simple. What can I do today, and how can I push myself to do a bit better tomorrow? So for me, fitness, first of all, is look yourself in the mirror and feel happy, or feel, oh, this could be better, or this can improve. How can I be a bit better than who I am right now? And fitness need to be, oh, if I want to get better, think of how can I get better energy? How can I be able to touch just lift my shoes without having a back pain? Simple stuff. That's what is fitness supposed to mean, because no matter how good looking you are, if you don't live longer and have all the experiences that you want to have, nobody cares about how big is your biceps at one point. In my personal opinion, yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Do you find that when people, like obviously when people start out with you, they want to change the way they look? Like that's typically speaking why people want to go to the gym. Do you ever find that, because one of the challenges I have as a coach as well is like people will hit a certain point and they'll get to a certain level where they feel good, they feel happy, but you're doing physique, so you have a competition, so you have this pinnacle moment, right? For me, I have a pinnacle moment of winning a title or getting to somewhere in a ranking, right? For normal people, I find that the biggest challenge is that they don't have that pinnacle point. So how do you channel people into saying this is your direction, or this is where you want to go? Because I think for the everyday person, you know, they might start a boxing class, they might start with you, they might start playing soccer or whatever it is, but they know they're never going to win a world title, or they know they're never going to play for the MLSE or any of that stuff. So how do you keep people on the right direction of that wellness journey? Because I find that's where most people fall off.
Most people fall off because they don't have that, like you said. But at the same time, I believe most of them fall off because they don't have a need or a goal.
Mm-hmm.
When I had a client in front of me, or when I had a corporate team in front of me, all they need is a better energy, better how they can be productive.
Mm-hmm.
If I haven't seen my teammate for 2 years because of COVID, and now we come into the office 4 or 5 times per week, how can we feel like a team again? So belonging, energy, like how can we all together become one person? If it's a one-on-one elite class client, the goal is your need and your goal. Your goal is not to be deadlifting 10,000 pounds, but you want to be stronger, maybe to be able to pick up your wife or to pick up your kids, or you want to be able to finish your 9 to 5 without having a back pain. So needs and goal, and be honest with people. Because if you lie to them, it's gonna catch up. If you are honest with them, they know this is not going to happen overnight. But it's a journey. That's why I say need. What do you need right now? And what is your goal? Where you want to get? But what do we need right now? And how can we make the most of, once again, energy, the resource that you have in you? Because that's the natural resources that we have in ourselves, our energy. So for me, your need to be clear, your goal need to be clear, and now I will help you and I will guide you, because it's a journey. I will guide you through the journey, and we can break them down slowly. Yeah,
and those will change as you go, right?
As you go, yeah.
What typically client coming in wanting to get into fitness, immerse themselves in healthier lifestyle, what does it typically start with?
In now 2026, most people want to look like a fitness influencer. They want, if he's a guy, don't take me wrong, they want to have a big chest, because, for example, if they're sleeping, maybe their partner sleep on the chest. If he's a lady, oh my God, don't take me wrong, automatically they want the major muscle in the body. I think I can say it. They want the booty. Yeah,
They want the booty.
yeah. I think I can say that for you.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So because what? We don't even think about it, but as a man or woman, just as a human, you need to think of having that booty or having that major muscle in your body is equal posture, is equal longevity. I haven't met one person that grow that muscle in the body that have back pain. I haven't. If you meet that person, let's bet 100. I will go all in. But people don't think of that. They want a quick result. They want it now and they want it fast. So
interesting. So you guys have both kind of brought this up, both of you guys working in fitness and with the physical body. It sounds like most people are aesthetically driven first.
For sure, yeah.
And then, the actual functional elements or, having more energy, living longer seems like more of like a byproduct than the goal.
Everything I do in the gym is to make me punch harder, to make me like, whether it's on offense or defense, it's always, and for me, the most important muscle for us is our core. Right? Because everything gets driven from our core, right? So, you can arm punch as hard as you want to, but like the real torsion, real torque and all that power comes from your core. So for us, like when I'm training, I'm not going to the gym and doing, bicep curls. And it's funny because even when I went to Altea with you, I'm watching people work very isolated individual energy systems. So they'll do bicep curl, 4 sets of 10, tricep pull down, 4 sets of 10. And I'll only do circuits, right? So I'll go hammer curl, shoulder press for 10 to a heavy row to a goblet squat or something like that. So it's a full body system or, something like that, isolate rotation, isolate different pieces. And so it's always interesting when I go to a gym because I see people and I'm like, why are you trying to do that? And it's like what you were saying before is like, nobody gives a shit if you have big biceps. You know what I mean? And so
I don't know if that's totally true, but
well, it's kind of like when we talked about when you were starting to get in shape. You were like, I want this like big upper body.
I wanted to be a bodybuilder. I was like, bodybuilding is the thing. I want bigger muscles. That was the whole thing.
My question to you right off rip was like, why? Like there's zero function to it.
You want to know why? And I think a lot of our decisions, if not all of them, somewhat stem from this, is being more presentable to the opposite sex in one way or another. Be more attractive. You know what I mean? Maybe not to the opposite sex, but being more attractive, I think, is where it started from.
Sure. And I think that's interesting because it's like, would you rather look scary or would you rather be scary?
For sure. And this is the where it changed for me. Like the real difference, because when I started working out, it for sure was strength oriented. It was how can I become stronger? How can I become bigger? And when early on you see a lot of differences fast. You're like, oh wow, your body composition changes pretty rapidly, and you're like, oh, like I really like the results that I'm getting. But where it really changed for me is when I started a mobility practice, because to your point, Elvis, it was like, lifting muscles, getting sore, getting them bigger, it's great for the aesthetics, but introducing mobility changed the way I felt rapidly. As soon as I started to really focus on that, I started sleeping better. I'd wake up with no body pain. I'm a very tall guy, so my knees and my hips, as soon as I started like, oh, my hips are an issue, started working on that, I felt better. And now mobility for me comes first before strength. But yeah, it was kind of vanity that drove me, I feel like, to get into the gym in the first place, to be honest. Yeah.
Actually, I love when you say mobility comes first before strength. But I will say, maybe in my own opinion, in the best way will be mobility and strength go equal. They help each other. Because, for example, if I cannot lace my shoes and I'm already having a back pain, as soon as I start really working on my hip mobility, my knee mobility, internal rotation movements, things that can really get my whole body to stay more stronger. Any bigger biceps, you can develop them. And now, when you say you want to look at yourself and feel like you have muscle, I love that. Mainly why? If you Google it, you will find out. After we pass 30-year-olds, there is only one reason why people supposed to be taking their health more seriously. How can I not lose muscle mass and joint strength? It's called sarcopenia. It's a disease or is a condition that we all have as a human, no matter your race, no matter the color.
What is that word that you used?
Sarcopenia.
Okay.
The loss of joint strength and muscle retention.
Okay.
So after when you get to 30-year-olds, the key is not big biceps or big booty anymore. It's how can I retain enough muscle in my body and had enough joint strength to go to the stairs, go to downstairs without having any pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes from I want to look good to when I'm older, I want to be able to get up off the toilet.
And most people is when they get more older-ish that they will think, oh my God, I think I should be stretching more. And I say, no, it's supposed to be your goal since day one. Because the more you take care of that flexibility, that mobility, it's not just that you're having a range of motion, it's that you're having mental clarity, is you having emotional focus, stamina, agility. And I will go back to one thing that you said that's really important. Most people don't understand even the role of the core muscle. The quicker you understand that it's not about six-pack abs, is having a deep core strength, the quicker your body will stay stronger.
Oh, for sure.
The faster you have no back pain.
Yeah.
And most people will jump to crunches because they want to have six-pack for the beach. And I say, bro, you could be doing more stable movement to build the deeper core muscle, because that is going to keep your back safer for long run.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Well, and I think that's the misconception about core, is everybody just thinks abs, right? Abs are in the kitchen, but your core is built in the gym, you know?
Yeah.
The kitchen.
Yeah. Well, he knows, and I'm more of a student here to the both of you when it comes to the physical body. But
Do you have weight classes for your competitions? Is there like a weight class that you have to follow?
No, in men physique category for natural show, no, you don't weight class.
Anyway.
It's only bodybuilding.
Oh, okay.
Men physique or classic physique, there is no weight in. You don't necessarily need to weight.
Okay.
But I love, based on my height and my body type, I love to be at certain weight to look good. If you go back to aesthetic.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off there.
No, you're okay. One of the things I also wanted to just bring up, just because it's even an anecdote between us, like when we first started getting to know each other from the gym, you said something, and I already, like, I'm a very tall guy, so posture has always been a thing for me, but you said something to me and you tapped me on the chest and you're like, Connor, chest shining. And it was so interesting, because you're always trying to remind yourself of having better posture, but then it's like that stuck with me in a different type of way, where it was so easy to remember, and it comes to mind, where I'm like, anytime I start to do this, I'm like, oh, my chest is not shining. And I wanted to say that I appreciate that, but I'd love to hear some words from you on posture, because I know that you're a big proponent of that.
No, thank you for reminding those two words. First of all, like I say, fitness for me is how can we help people to understand it's supposed to be super simple in the most easy way. And reminding you are a very tall guy. You are a good looking tall guy. You don't want to be slouchy and looking like you are tired all the time. But just because of your height, you already have one issue that most people don't have. You have to be fighting every single day to maintain that posture. And think of posture as how good you want to look in this society, how much confidence you want to put out there, how much energy. If I walk here now, this morning when you invite me to your studio, and I'm slouched and I don't know what I'm talking about, my voice is shallow, you won't want to make me to sit in your couch and have a conversation.
Yeah.
But so posture is the confidence that you want to have. The quicker you take care of that, the easier it's going to be on the long run, because when you get older and you are already now, everything is all over, roll over, to pull it back is get really, really hard. So saying chest shiny for me is just remember, stretch more your chest and your shoulder.
Yeah.
When you get to the gym, start doing movement that really help to strengthen your upper back more, so you can really now get that outstanding posture.
Yeah.
And posture is confidence. Period.
You said it, and this is a thing that I feel like is not often considered. Like, body language is huge. It's a huge way that people see you, and if you walk into a room standing tall and proud, the way you are perceived is different, and drastically different.
It make a big difference. Let's say you had a meeting, or you want to even hang out with your boys, or you want to have a good time with your partner, whatever it could be. Your energy and your posture have to go hand in hand. If I'm tired, or I'm pretending to be tired, the person look at me automatically, they know, oh, he's not in good shape today, something's wrong, something's off. So the way you stand out, especially in this society, or even just with your loved one, how you carry yourself, that the image that you reflect in this world. If you want to look tired all the time, look at how you stand or how you sit. From couch to your phone to your laptop, you will realize quickly how much you could be bringing back to look better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is going to be very interesting. over generations where, 50, 100 years ago, we're agricultural, like we're far more upright. We're in the age of the device. Everything is, we're typing on a laptop or we're looking at a phone or it's mostly screen oriented. It's going to be interesting to see.
Question for you. So because this is obviously your area of expertise. So my back is very overdeveloped from 25 years of being in a shell. So my chiropractor actually calls it my turtle shell. So when you look at my back, it's got a big rounded overdeveloped shell, lower back there. So I actually walk around like what you were saying with like my shoulders are in, right? So for me, it's actually quite painful to pull them back because my back muscles are starting to crunch on top of each other. So it's interesting that you're saying that because I've walked my entire life with this or my adult life with this. But it's funny because I've never really felt a lack of confidence in it because even though I'm shelled up, maybe it's because I know my ability as well, but it's like, it's this interesting thing. So question for you is for somebody that has an overdeveloped back now, like myself, I roll it out, I try to stretch it. What's the best way if you were to talk to a regular civilian or someone like myself to open the chest up without lack of comfort?
Thank you for sharing. And mainly just because you know your ability, which is not the case of 75% of the population.
Sure.
You are a champion boxer. For you, it's different. And the way you punch. So you are always using that upper body strength.
Sure.
Now, I will get to your question, but I want to talk a bit more deeper about it.
Sure.
It's not because you are a strong dude, for you you are confident no matter where you go. But always being constantly rolled over is not where you're supposed to be in the first place.
Yeah.
Because if we Google it right now, tap the name upper cross syndrome, you will realize how much slouch the image will show.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a condition. So to answer your question now, basic movement, even if you stand taller and you start doing a neck roll and you get that to a wall angel, you get that to a wall stretches, things that can really open up your chest and your shoulder, you have even more back muscle that you don't even know about yet.
Yeah.
Because you use a lot of your upper back and you use a lot of, so you develop even more back muscle that you are not even making the most use of it yet. From the moment that you start, for example, doing wall angel or you start doing shoulder rolls, things that can really open up your chest and shoulder and you can pull it back. When you get to the gym, add some fist pull, but don't do it as a fast reps. No, hold and coordinate your breathing. Oh my God. You look at your physique and say, I was already confident. Now I'm twice confident. Like
you're saying face pulls like for posture, pulling the shoulders back.
Pulling the shoulders back, but you want to really do a movement that will open up more because what happens very often when we are slouches, the chest and the shoulder are constantly tight. Not that they are not strong. You build a nice chest, you had a nice shoulder, but you are constantly tight because you're rolling over. And that is creating the condition that I just mentioned, upper cross, because now your rhomboids, mainly between your upper back and your lower back, that muscle is getting way more weaker. No matter how strong is your back, you are slouched. From the moment that you start stretching, because now we're talking about stretch, chest and shoulder, and strength more, that upper back of that rhomboid spot, you will realize, oh my God, I was confident. Now I'm a beast. Come on, bring it more.
But I like what you said there about because you're creating the correct kinetic chain.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right. And so like in wrestling, that's what they talk about, that you break the chain by pulling the head down. So if your head's forward, now they're not as strong.
No, and it makes complete sense too when you think about it, like how isolated when we're sitting all the time and we're doing everything with our arms in front of ourselves, we're isolating a portion of our body. Our body's not working in unison. And where I've noticed it is the hips. Same thing. It's like you got the upper, but the hips, like my hip, I was experiencing lower back problems and I went to a physio. He's like, you have no problem in your lower back. It's your hips, man. You have a hip impingement because your hips are too tight. You got to start opening up the hips. So
is that from the height?
A combination of sitting all the time. And he's like, this is not by any means unusual. Like this is just a normal thing we see all the time.
Okay.
People are sitting all the time. Their hip flexors are contracted, and it creates an impingement and overcompensation in the hips, which usually manifests as a lower back problem. So
I love that guy. You have to go back to him and give him $100 for me, because he explained the most basic way. When it's the same thing I just say about the upper body. If we tap upper and lower cross syndrome, now you're seeing really that gentleman slouch, but also the low, because just being here and sitting for 1 to 3 hours, my lower back is not going to be as strong as I was standing or moving around for 2 hours. No. So the fact that my lower abs, I'm not even talking about the upper, just the fact that the lower is crunching in, the same condition that happened on the upper happen in the lower as well. So the hip get more tight and your lower abs are now getting more weaker, no matter how many crunches you do.
So I can imagine that you're seeing a ton of this working with corporate companies and
all the time. If you sit 9 to 5, one condition that most people have they don't even realize is, because think about it, we go 9 to 5, you sit in a chair. No matter even you have a standing desk. How many people really sit if you have to make a cell call? So if you sit 9 to 5, your upper body and your lower body are automatically compromised. Now, how much you can remind yourself, and how many big corporations here have a treadmill or standing desk for the employee? How many of those employees really have access to those comfort? I will call it comfort because it's just a system for comfort. Yeah. So the generic or the average, most average people that really need to get the job done, they're sitting all the time. And that condition, oh my God, it kills more your energy than everything else. And we leave the office, you come home, you sit in a couch, or you want to eat now with your partner, you sit on a table, you finish that, you go back to the couch to scroll, or you go now lay down and you scroll again. So your hip is going to be always tight. Your upper back is always going to be weaker. Yeah.
So when you go into a corporate setting like that and you're seeing, the manifestation of this, what's the first step?
How can we, first steps, wow, I love this question. The first step is how can we, because think of this, if you are a sales person or you had a sales team and they're constantly stressed over not reaching the quota per month, even when you have them in a room and they want to do a fitness movement, functional movement, or posture correction movement, they are still stressed coming to that room. So the first thing will be, how can you disconnect them from the cell of that tech world and now bring them together as a human?
Wow.
Yeah, you have to. Until the heart rate start changing, or they start now getting that spike of, oh, I'm here now and we have this to do. Oh my God, Connor can do this and I cannot even do that myself. What is happening? Until you really able to disconnect people from, leave your stress away. Now you're here to take care of yourself, and now you can go back and be better. Why to be better? Because from the moment that they're now present, they're able to do many movements, they're able to do all those stretches, all those movements. Now the energy is up automatically.
Wow. Now
they remember their teammate name. Sometimes they will see you just in the elevator and it's high. But that 1 hour, 55 minutes together and be a human, disconnect from the work, the stress, and renew your energy. If you are able to do that as a coach, you win automatically.
That's amazing. So the first thing you're doing to assist people in fitness isn't even really directly related to the physical body.
No, is how can they have a better energy? How can they become more productive? If I had a phone call to make and I'm able to do a few movements just to have better mental clarity, emotional focus, that call, 9 out of 10 chance that I can win. But if I'm slouched, tired, not feeling good about myself, don't even say don't feel good to be in the office, don't feeling good in your body about yourself, that call, chances are 1 out of 10 that it will never go well. I know that for a fact.
So as a fitness coach, when let's say you're working with a client, what type of techniques are you using to help them become more present? What?
Thank you. Well, I won't necessarily jump to name of exercise, but for example, if you have a 1 hour class and until you are able to make your clients disconnect from all the stress, all that is happening around them, and be a human and get the heart rate to start getting up. Because until the person realizes, oh, I'm here now and my coach is asking me to do 10 squats, and I have to do the same. It's not even about the squats, but it's the realization of, oh, I need to be present. I need to disconnect myself from that girl that I saw on social media. I'm here to take care of me. And system, many movements just to get the heart rate up first. And now they start moving, they start sweating and say, oh my God, okay, I'm here now. How embarrassing. I have to do this. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Super interesting. I think even just getting into like gym culture, when you talk about that, you see the same thing because I mean, I'm sure you guys all see it as well. You can see the people that are stressed out in gym. They carry the tension all day.
All the time.
But what's interesting about what you said about maybe it's the guy or the girl that's like hunting for the influencer or to meet their new partner in the gym, that stress alone can affect a workout, right? And some people would look at that as like a motivator because it's like, oh, I got to look good for this person. But kinetically, that stress might screw you up, right?
You will never look good for anybody else if you don't look good for yourself.
Wow.
I believe in that. Don't take me wrong. My phone is on do not disturb. If our meeting wasn't scheduled in my agenda and I'm at the gym, bro, I will never pick up your phone call. Not that it's not important, but I'm taking care of my body.
You're there for
I need
you,
to
yeah.
look good for myself first before I can look good for that guy or that girl at the gym.
It rings out for me because it's presence, but it's also like the intentionality behind, like to your point, a lot of people, you're going to the gym, it's very easy to walk through a workout unconsciously. Like you've done these same exercises however many times. It's very easy to walk in, flow through it, looking at my phone, this and that, like not be present in what you're doing. And I find a very interesting like approach to training a client or working with someone professionally in fitness. And it's like before you even are worrying about the exercise stack, we got to get that person actually in the room with us, which is like a journey of its own. And the competing factors are only becoming more present, right?
100%. You know, we live in a world 2026 where we have now iPhone 17 Pro, iPhone 18. Like the world is going so fast that most people want to catch up to it. But one thing they don't realize is you cannot. Because if I go on social media now, maybe you're wearing a new jersey that I say, oh my God, how can I have that 500-pound jersey and I can't even afford my rent? And we start comparing ourselves, plus all the stress that you have from work, from family story, from whatever happened the weekend, until you can really say, oh, I'm here now and this needs to be done and need to be well done. Don't take me wrong. I love people and I love helping people. Without people, I won't say that I'm the best. No. I need people to be able to prove that, oh, if you can work for me, it will work for you. But when I'm doing that practice or when I get into that zone of, oh, now I'm here, I'm locked in, I will say hi to my friend or we give a hug quicker. But I cannot waste 20 minutes talking. No, I don't have that time to give you right now, bro. No.
I think though that goes back to what we were talking about with like the goal setting and the intention. What you were saying as well is that when I go to a gym, I always have this little voice in my head that my opponents are working harder than I am, or that I need to be driven so that, because I know that on X date I'm fighting, right? And so when I go to the gym, I'm in and out of there within maximum an hour because I want to go do my 3 circuits, get on the treadmill, run, get out. But the motivation is the fact that in X amount of days, there's going to be another demon in front of me trying to take my head off. You know what I mean? And so, and for yourself, you have a date, you have a fitness date. I find for a lot of people, they go to the gym, and again, going to your intention thing, there's lack of intention because they don't have the why. You know what I mean?
Most people want to look good for just to get attention, right? So until they really realize why I'm here. Some people have that autopilot lifestyle. They know they wake up, they make their coffee, oh, I have to go work. And they will be driving, trust me, and they will just park at the gym and say, oh my God, I'm at the gym.
Yeah.
Because that's how you plan your whole body.
Yeah.
You work on auto system. But until you say, oh, now phone time is over. That girl, you look at her 10,000 times at the gym and you are not even able to go say hi to her. Bro, that means you don't even know why you are there in the first place. Because I'm there to work on myself and be better and feel now confident, had a good posture and go talk to her. Or I just want to do 1, 2, 3 reps and show her that I had a fancy wash and I can't even make a move. What are you doing?
So it's interesting that you say that though, because if I was to look at it now, just from like your physique alone, you're at the top of the food chain there. So it's easy, I think, for a lot of people to be like, well, yeah, that's great. Look at how you look, because you're at the top of the spectrum there. I think for the everyday person, where the void is again, is like, okay, you look like that. I'm never going to look like that. So what steps do I need to take to look my best? And we've had this conversation before too, more recently, where you're like, this is the smallest I've been in X amount of years. But you also understand, you're like, I'm also not trying to look like Elvice. So when you meet clients that look at you as like, okay, this is my goal, and you have to subtly tell them, well, I'm kind of like the top of the spectrum, how do you move them through that so it makes more realistic sense?
It makes more realistic sense. You already say everything. Realistic. And it has to make sense. But it has to make sense for who? For you.
Right.
My client doesn't want to look like me. When my clients see me doing crazy stuff, I will say crazy stuff. I don't want to get into a number. No.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah, crazy stuff.
I've seen it. You do crazy stuff.
They say, oh my God, they get impressed. You inspire them, but you are necessarily not inspiring them to do that. That's why you need to know what do they need from you as an expert or as a coach or as someone that can help them through that journey. And what is their goal? If the person's goal is to become the next Dwayne Johnson, maybe I'm not the best coach for you right now. Maybe I don't have that ability. Maybe I don't have that freedom to give all my time to you, to coach you at 4 a.m. and coach you at 4 p.m. No.
Sure.
Yeah. So your need and your goal. And once again, the key is helping people to understand from the moment that you are born, the competition already starts. When you say you work, somebody working harder, they are not working harder. They're working extra harder, so you can never catch them up. I'll give you this simple example to make more sense. I compete the first time in September 2018, and I compete the second time in November 2024. Did you see the gap in between?
Yeah.
6 years gap.
Yeah.
But I came first place again. Why? The habits. Until coming to the gym tomorrow morning and wanting to look good, it won't cut it. Until you build the system or you had a habit of, I need to do this until it becomes like drinking water, a lifestyle. I need to do this often enough. And humans don't have that time to be that patient. Most of them don't have it. Until you find that, your why won't even make sense and you want to even achieve a goal.
Yeah, I love that.
So client need and goal is not about me, it's about them. You want to solve a problem, and how can you be able to provide them the best experience? Because we get paid by doing what? By being the best, by providing the best experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like back to the question that you asked where it's like, I'm never going to look like him. You know what I mean? It's like that in itself is a limiting belief. And I feel like that's part of it, where it's like addressing that narrative first, where it's whether or not, you aspire to look like your coach. It's just all the things and all the things that we do to convince ourselves why we shouldn't start in the first place. But as soon as you start seeing results, at least my experience has been this way. Like as soon as I started seeing results in my physical body, whether it's the way that I look, but also the way that I feel, it's like, I can't stop doing this now, because this is like making me so much better. Like I just feel I have more energy. I feel more solid in my body. I feel like, I feel good. And then I look at myself and I go, wow, you look like a beast. Like
When it's like you said, it's now becoming a habit.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to stop.
But
right?
the funny thing I find about that is like back to the intentional part of the conversation, where it's like first thing you got to do for a client is get them actually tapped into the room and disconnected from all the stressors. Well, it's like build the healthy habits so they become commonplace and you're engaging with them daily. But don't turn the brain off with those things either. Continue to be present in those things if you can. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
No, it's to be honest, it's a journey, right? From the moment that you are born, now you have to tell yourself, I'm getting better at whatever I love to do, and how can I do it better?
So you're still learning too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because don't take me wrong, your client might look at you or someone that you had a collaboration with might say, oh, but I don't want Connor height. I don't want his body. But
I kinda want his
maybe
height.
maybe have. I'm jealous of his height.
Yeah, me
trust me. Yeah, trust me. Yeah. I'm only 5'7", so I know
Bro,
what I'm talking
5'4" on a
about.
good day if I don't wear a backpack.
Yeah, I'd take some more muscles
No, I
too, to
think
be
you'll
honest.
get 5'6" if you start taking care of that
Okay.
posture. I promise you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk later.
And I'm 5'7", trust me on that, brother. And to be honest, but there's something about Connie that I want to love. I want to talk. I want to go learn from him. Because if it's just about one individual, you won't get anywhere in life. We all need each other. So when you see a good energy around, you say, oh, I want to learn from him. I'm not necessarily going to look like him, but how can I be even closer? If, for example, if I want to live in a penthouse and I cannot even be living for now on a 20th floor, how can I get to the penthouse? Get closer, smell it, see how it look like. Because without that, there is no improvement.
You also mentioned too, like we're in the age of comparison, just because we have so much access to other people's lives, and we're looking at these social credit systems that it's like this is exactly how someone wants to present themselves. But if all of your goals are oriented to how someone else looks, you're probably in the wrong frame of thinking. Think about what works for you and what's going to make you as good as you can.
Here's
be.
the funny thing though about that is that they will compare themselves, let's say, to the guy that they want to be or girl that they want to be. But I think what they forget is that we all do it. So there's no top of that spectrum. And I think people realize or they don't realize, that so let's say, oh, I want to look like Elvis in 3 years. And then in 3 years I get there, but now Elvis is looking at someone else that he's trying to get to. So it's like when I'm there, I'm not necessarily, I don't have that gratification because it's like now the goalposts moved again.
Yeah, I mean, I want Bradley Cooper's hair, but aren't jeans a bitch?
Yeah, you might have to go to Turkey for that one.
Yeah, I think I'm beyond that point, brother.
We live in a life of comparison. I believe if you find your why, at one point you stop comparing yourself to others. You know why mainly? Now in 2026, people give you 3 seconds on social media.
Yeah.
If it doesn't stop them in 3 seconds, you are gone. And they already compare, in 1 minute, they will compare 10 different person.
And I think the other thing too is people need to understand that it's okay to be different. There's no world that I'm going to be as tall as Connor. Yeah. And that's okay.
And people oftentimes are insecure about things that could easily become their superpower. You know what I mean? And I think there's something in that, but I love you. We keep bringing up the why. And I want to touch on that quickly because when I got educated as a coach, one of the first things that they make you do is develop a personal mission statement. And some of the thinking there is there's a reason that big, powerful brands all have a personal mission statement that every employee is trained upon when they join the company, because you're operating from, again, a North Star. You have a guiding principle and mission that you're going to work towards. And then you could talk about values and all that other stuff. But I do think one of the things that every person should do, and an exercise that should be synonymous with education, is okay, what am I here to accomplish? Not what am I here to do for a job? What actual result do I want to bring about in the world? You know what I mean?
So what's your personal mission statement?
Is honestly today in 2026, since I start stepping more into fitness, but at a higher level on a bigger scale, is how can I make office worker look and feel the best all the time? Yeah. Because believe it or not, office job always going to exist. 9 to 5, people always going to do it, no matter what. Factory job always gonna exist. People going to always sit and make a paycheck or make a payrolls. So there's certain system that without it, human cannot live the way we live. So how can we help them to be better or to take good care of themselves? And I will stick to that. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I will stick to it.
You found your lane, and it's awesome. And it's incredible that you self-educated to get to a point where you're lower back specific specific, industry where people are suffering. We haven't sat like this, I don't think, in recorded history, as far as unless civilization has come and passed. But
Yeah.
it's amazing that you have built this career on your own. What does the future look like for you?
Be better. Today, my main goal is, yes, if I can really help many of these big corporations, not just having a system, but be able to invest in their people. The best return of investment is how your people feel when they look at you in the face, or when you make that revenue. How did they feel? Whoever helped you to get that, how did they feel in their own body? If I can help many more people, why not get to international or national and make it better? The main goal is not necessarily about money. Is how can I do what I do and provide that best experience and be better at doing it? So
Amazing.
for now, being PT back September 2018 and 2026 corporate wellness coach, the future look really bright, and I'm really grateful for that. So
Man,
yeah,
you're a special guy, Elvis. From the first time I met you, you're a bright light, and I'm very grateful to call you a friend. I think just before we sign off here, I'd love to do you have any advice for our listeners, our audience here? Anything you'd like to say?
Advice, I will say opinion once again, is yes, find that why that my collaborator just mentioned. Because when you know your ikigai, why you existing, why you need to be the best at what you do, nothing can necessarily stop you. And I will go back to one or two of his words again. There is no challenge in this life if you don't challenge yourself. Like, there is nothing that human cannot do anymore today. We are in 2026 where everything is available. One thing is never be afraid. Mainly because if I was afraid, I will never be living in Canada in the first place. After 10 years of going back and redo everything that I already done before coming to this country, it's scary. It's really challenging. It's scary, but how can I keep pushing myself and be a better person? So if every single individual could stop comparing themselves to other and tap more into themselves as a human, we can all be better, man. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Before we sign off, is that word that you're saying, ikigai?
Ikigai.
Ikigai.
Ikigai is a Japanese expression, I believe. Ikigai, that literally means your why. Find your why. Wow. Why you exist, why you live, why you do what you do the best. Yeah.
Find your why. Don't be afraid.
No, never be afraid, because you won't get anywhere if you are afraid, for sure.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us, man.
It was a pleasure, man.
Hey, appreciate it.
Such
Thank
an
you,
honor.
brother.